I'm quite amazed that there are some people out there defending Malik Scott over Deontay Wilder's performance. Now, there was somebody in the comments in my post-fight video who said, you can't blame Scott because Wilder's a guy that just doesn't listen. Well, whether Wilder listens or not, as a trainer, you need to be professional and do your job regardless of what the fighter decides to do afterwards. That's the bare minimum. And part of Malik Scott's job in the corner when Wilder was several rounds down against Joseph Parker was to tell Wilder that he was down, was to tell him that he needed a knockout to win by no later than the halfway stage. That's his job. You're defending a man for not doing his job? Again, whether Wilder decides to listen to Malik Scott's advice or not is irrelevant. As a professional, you're supposed to do your job, do your duty. Malik Scott didn't do that. He allowed Wilder to stay deluded, thinking he was outboxing Joseph Parker or something. You don't understand how delusional Deontay Wilder is. Man's not right in the head. Malik Scott is nothing but a yes man. This guy came out and said that Deontay Wilder had better boxing skills than Muhammad Ali. That's how willing he is to cater to Deontay Wilder's ego and his delusion. He didn't dare tell Deontay Wilder that he was a mile behind and he was boxing terrible in that corner at a time when he needed to tell him it. Malik Scott had a disappointing professional career himself. I can't imagine he made that much money from professional boxing. So now he's trying to secure the bag by being a Deontay Wilder cheerleader. That's what it is. Now, I'm not saying he hasn't taught Deontay Wilder anything, but when the plan isn't working in an actual fight, you need to tell Deontay to switch it up. But where was that, Malik Scott? We know Wilder's not the sharpest tool in the box. He probably thought he was doing a Floyd Mayweather in there. The guy is so detached from reality, it's scary. And he's got nobody in his corner anymore to actually be real with him. The last guy there was, he fired. That was Mark Breland. He accused Breland of being part of some plot to poison him. Yo. In one of the pre-fight videos I did about Wilder Parker, I was laughing about the ayahuasca thing. And there was a couple of people in the comments, I guess, who've maybe taken it themselves. And they were saying, oh, if you'd taken it, Hatman, you wouldn't be laughing. Well, I wasn't laughing about the practice of taking it. I was laughing about Deontay Wilder taking it because he's already out there as it is. I know lots of people have these spiritual experiences that are very profound on ayahuasca and all that. I'm not trying to diminish that. But we're talking about Wilder here. His mind is already psychedelic. So what happens when you put him on that Amazon brew? This is what happens. The performance against Joseph Parker where man thought he'd won. By the end of it, in reality, he didn't win a round. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. This is what happens when you have someone with a really low IQ and a massive ego. Deontay Wilder, Exhibit A, firing all the people that are actually good for him. Lest we forget, he turned down $100 million that he was offered for the Anthony Joshua fight. He acts like that never happened or something. It's the strangest thing. It did happen. He sat down in the room with the DAZN executives, never mind Eddie Hearn, the network themselves, sat Deontay Wilder down in the room, put a contract in front of him for over $100 million, said sign right there and you get the AJ fight. Shelly Finkel, the extraterrestrial, leaned over and whispered something in Deontay Wilder's ear. We don't know how much AJ's getting. And Wilder said, oh really? And didn't sign the contract. Then he fired Lou DiBella, who was part of his team up to that point because Lou DiBella actually set up that meeting with DAZN. How are you going to fire a guy that got you the best deal in your career to that point? What did he do wrong? Deontay Wilder started saying that Lou DiBella wasn't loyal. Loyal to who? He was being loyal to you, trying to get you a good deal. Deontay Wilder let his own team hustle him out of an incredible deal and the undisputed fight. Finkel, Heyman, whoever it was, got in his ear, made him turn down that opportunity. And either Wilder is being deliberately disingenuous or he's got the memory of a goldfish because, again, he acts like that incident never happened. It's documented. The whole Wilder story to this point has been a tragic comedy. Wilder is, what could you call him? He's the king in his own world. Malik Scott is his court jester. But unlike the court jesters of old in the real world, in Deontay Wilder's world, the court jester doesn't tell any truth to the king. Because that was one of the privileges, I guess you could say, of court jesters, is they could get away with saying things to the king that nobody else could. But what's Malik Scott ever telling Deontay Wilder other than exactly what he wants to hear? Anyway, I'll leave it there. Just thought I'd have a rant on that. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below.